Hello everyone, this is Hellllooooooo. Today I'm gonna color a female portrait. I'm gonna use my Mr. watercolor set as usual. I actually got some other sets that I'm excited to use. Some of them I didn't even try, but I can't give up on this set that I'm so deeply attached to. I don't know if you have this favorite brand of yours also, but this is my go-to for sure. Even when I travel, even it's huge, I just take it with me everywhere I go. Anyway, I'm starting with the rough sketch first. I usually use reference photos that I found online and kind of change them, do some twist on it, because I don't like to do exactly the same as the photo, so I do it a bit more characteristic, the way that it pleases me a bit more. I'm using it very simple mechanical pen actually with the 2B charcoal. I don't know, I'm kind of same thing with my watercolor. I have this pen for over maybe 10 years. Surprisingly, I didn't lose it, and I take it everywhere with me, and it feels just so comfortable in my hands, so I don't want to use actual charcoal pen, which I have amazing set of Derwent, which I use quite often. I love the texture and the smoothness of it. But this pen is when I'm not so comfortable about drawing, I use this mechanical pen, which makes me feel home. I don't know. When I get the Derwents, I'm I know what I'm gonna do. I'm confident I'm gonna nail it. But this pen is more I'm home, I'm safe. I can just ruin it. It doesn't matter. And it works just perfectly fine. You know, okay, in art, the material actually matters, but you can still do very good things with simple material too. A lot of people ask me what kind of watercolor they should take, what kind of pen or paper they should use. And if you're just beginner, I always say start with simplest thing, just to see that if you're gonna enjoy drawing, and if you're tend to do it, and if you're gonna continue and commit to it, then actually you can put some budget on better supplies, which makes difference. Don't get me wrong, it definitely makes huge difference, but not in the beginning. In the beginning, you just need to train your hand, train your eye, and to see that if this journey actually fits you, then you can actually put lots of time and money on a good art supplies. You can actually understand the difference also. If you start with the very basic supplies, which I did when I was okay, I'm drawing since I'm 13, so yeah, it's been a while. So I start with the very simple things student thing, the cheapest you can find on the stationery shops, and I upgraded slowly. And it's kind of nice, because you have the new upgrade, new level open through your journey, and you actually can understand the difference between the materials. You do the same drawing in the different materials, you can see the difference directly, and even the journey is more smooth and fun. It depends on the paper and the pen you are using. When you're sketching, it's just sliding on it like a butter. It's just the feeling is way better, way nicer. So I'm glad that I actually reached that level that I can see the difference between even I'm using 300-gram watercolor paper. Between the different brands, you directly feel and see the difference automatically. Here I'm actually using very basic watercolor paper. I don't even know where is it from actually. I just probably go in one stationery shop and take randomly whatever 300 grams, because I love using so much water on my watercolors. So it's gonna be 300 gram, or it's just gonna bend and get wavy the more layer I added on it. So, but even though some depends of course if it's cold press or hot press, but it depends on the brand also. Some 300 grams still not made for me. They still tend to bend and wave and ruin during the process while I'm actually assault them with so much water. But this one is good. It's come as a block, and I use a couple of times, and even though I don't remember the name, I don't even know what's the brand. I live in Malaysia at the moment, so whenever I travel I travel often, and I always go to stationery shop. If I'm in a big city, that's candy shop for me. And if I see a brand that I never seen before, I take it to try. And some of them some of them of course local brands you can't actually find elsewhere. Probably this is one of them from Malaysia, so Well, what I'm trying to say is this paper is nothing special. I'm sorry, paper, I don't want to insult you, but you are no special. Just 300 grams, that's good enough. So I'm doing my portrait sketch first, and I like to add some shades with the charcoal actually before coloring it, because sometimes I really like to use just watercolor or any other media to define all the details, but sometimes I just do it with like either ink pen or the charcoal pen, and just use the watercolor as a kind of like adjustment layer on it, adding just a like little touch of color, not really defining anything specific with it. And here I try to do the same. Like overall you already see the face is there, and I'm gonna add some details on the hair too, but I'm not gonna go all the way in because come on, hair takes too long, especially with this kind of pen that I'm using. It's gonna take ages if I actually want to do like proper hair. So I'm just gonna do like the front and the sides where it actually defines the overall shape, and I don't have to add so many details in it. This is actually overall I can't say mistake, but a waste of time. The people who just start to like drawing, they tend to do the whole hair, like all of it, and I'm like, man, you put so much work, so much time on it. And actually the more you draw, more you understand the like simple shapes are enough to actually define what you try to reflect. You understand more, and you decide like automatically where to put those effort, where to put your time in. And defining overall hair shape is where I put the effort, but I almost never, actually I'm thinking about it right now, kind of never go all the way in the hair. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm getting so bored. It bores me, and I find it unnecessary. As you see right now, like I didn't do much, but the hair is already there. You can understand like the overall shape. The volume is there. It looks good enough, so I'm satisfied. I'm just like gonna color it now. I'm using like white brush. I can even use wider because it's quite a big pen thing. But yeah, I like to suffer with the small brushes and regret meanwhile. But yeah, I still do the same thing over and over. I put first kind of like a yellowish base tone for the skin. I mostly mix like orange, white, red to do this like a bit faded yellow. Yeah, there is yellow too, of course, but like I didn't even mention it. And use it as a base color. It's kind of like brownish coffee kind of mix, but you can like use so many different colors and mix them and do like variety of skin colors. There is not like one recipe for this skin tone. So this is my like go-to mixture. After that, I'm just using this faded red. Like I hate using the color directly, so I often fade it either with so much water or with some white inside, which I love when you put white inside. It's just having this vintage effect on it. I don't know how to describe it, you know, the nice faded, like not like diluted with the water, just the color shade changing very nicely. I love it. It puts this filter that please me so much. So I'm using this kind of like reddish color to give some blood on her face actually, especially around like cheekbones, eyelids, and the lips for sure. And I add some around the nose. This is like, I don't know, I realize I do it often. Like I found while I was like trying different things and to see that what looks good, I discovered that putting red all around these cheekbones and overall the nose and eyelids, kinda, yeah, I actually putting makeup on her, and it looks nice. I really like how it looks, and you don't have to do much. Like even you just leave it there, it still looks kind of, I don't know, it has a style, it has a charm. After that, I decided to add some shades. I'm mostly using like brown for the skin, but here I'm using dark blue also. It's actually indigo that I diluted a lot with water. This time I didn't add white because it really changed the indigo in a way that I don't like to use to shade the faces. And you know, on the watercolor, you just use it as layers, one on the top of the other, and you start with the lightest one and go to darkest. That's actually, there are other techniques too, but this is the way that I almost always go So I'm adding like the shades here and there and some shades on the hair also. Okay, I'm not gonna neglect hair fully, of course. I'm gonna put some shades to make it match with the rest of the face. I actually like it when it's just like, you know, you focus on one area, like even one eye or just the eye and the lips and the nose, and the rest of the painting is kind of like unfinished. Oh my gosh, I love it. I am not able to do it. Not so often. I did it like a couple of times because so I'm just like a little bit more, and in the end I'm just ending up touching everywhere and putting paint everywhere, and I'm like, damn, didn't work. Okay, maybe next time. So far, no success, but we will see. Maybe that's a new update that I'm gonna have over years. After I put like overall shades, I want to add some more details. Like, I'm happy with how it looks, so I want to darken the lips, some more shadows around the face and eyes, and using my detail brush to add some really dark shadows like nose and like mouth, the overall eye, like where actually the thing that is almost black. This is like kind of my favorite part actually, when it comes to adding the darkest, the most defining layer on the top of it. I sometimes use ink pen to do it, which actually makes it way easier. You can control it and you can have the like direct black lines over there, but it depends on the like style I'm going with and the feeling that I have. And in this painting, I don't think I'm gonna go for it. I just want to stick to watercolor and do all the details with it, which is a bit tricky because I'm often not able to wait for it to get dry. So when I start to play with the black to add like fine last details, it's still wet underneath, so I just happen to ruin it. It happens to me a lot. So if you're like me, just keep a like paper towel beside you. If you messed up, you can directly interfere and just try to take it back. You can't fully take it back, you can save like 80% of it. So yeah, lesson learned. I'm still doing the same though. But this one I didn't ruin so much. It was okay. I decided to add some darker shades around the hair also, because as you see, eyes and nose are like there, but the hairline is still a bit blurry, so I'm not gonna go overboard. Like I say, I am learning to stop myself where I should. I'm just adding less shadows for hair to don't look like a wig, so it matches with the rest of the painting. I can actually go on and on and on and add so many more layers, but I think that's enough for now. I'm happy with the results. I enjoy painting this as usual. My favorite, painting female portraits. Oh my god, so much fun. I tend to paint almost nothing else. I do some animals sometimes, birds, okay, to be more specific. But the female portraits are my number one. Here I think I come to end of this painting. Thank you so much for watching and listening to me. I'm gonna be uploading some more videos like this if you would like to. Let me know what you think and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, I have to say those kind of things to be a proper YouTuber. I'll see you guys very soon on the next video. Bye!